What's going on, Bills fans? This is Bills Latest. I am your host, Michael Korn. This is brought to you by FanArc. We got the Steelers coming up on Sunday. We got a few injuries. We got Allen's elbow, which he was a full participant, so he should be fine. Kincaid did not participate in practice. I don't think he's back this week. I, it's going to be patch it together offense again, but you're not going to have Hardman out there. Palmer was questionable. So you got a lot of guys still banged up on that offensive side of the ball when you really need a lot of help there. A lot of help. So we're going to see what Brandon Cooks can come in and do, but it's going to be tough. First game with the Bills, probably not going to know the playbook that well. You might hit him on a couple bubble screens, something we're used to seeing essentially as Bills fans in the passing game. But those injuries could be big injuries. I mean, we'll wait and see. We've been playing without Kincaid now for a few games. We'll see if Coleman dresses. I would assume he would. We'll see if he even gets balls thrown his way, though, because I don't know if Josh has reconciled everything with him. But if this team isn't a Allen and Cook show on Sunday, they got no chance. No chance. Cook is almost averaging 6 yards a carry when he touches the ball. He's got over 1,000 yards and just now has 199 attempts. Imagine if you got this guy the ball all the time. He should be catching the ball out of the backfield. It shouldn't just be all runs. They have to get him and keep him involved. Because again, if the Bills can get that run game going and just keep pounding it down the Steelers' throats, they're going to be fine. They had a huge loss yesterday by the Chiefs, the Bills. Cowboys go in there and beat, man, how good does George Pickens look? I'm going to keep talking about Pickens until somebody in Buffalo, somebody in the front office gets a whiff of this. Because I don't know if they know. Because they clearly don't know wide receivers. But man, hey, did you guys see George Pickens yesterday? Phenomenal. Leaped a guy, caught the ball, leaped a guy, almost scored. Please, Buffalo, go out and get somebody like that. If they had that, they'd be... Cook would be averaging 10 yards. Because then you'd have to respect the pass. But we don't have Pickens. We got Keon Coleman and Gabe Davis and Brandon Cooks and Khalil Shakir and a whole bunch of other wide receiver threes. So, again, if we do not run the football with Cook specifically, I don't know what Brady's doing. Because you do not have the wide receivers that are good enough to go create separation on one-on-ones. They need help from the play action, from Josh scrambling. These guys aren't getting open on their regular routes regularly. They're just not. So Buffalo needs to pound the rock, and they need that defense to get turnovers. We don't know really still yet if it's going to be Rudolph or Aaron Rodgers for the Steelers. But whoever the quarterback is, you got to get to him. You got to get to him. We got to try to get some forced fumbles. We got to try to get some interceptions. We got to make plays on defense. Anything that'll help out this, I can't believe I'm saying this, anything that'll help out this offense at this time will be a godsend. The offense needs the defense now. They didn't really in the beginning of the season because they could put up so many points. But the offense needs the defense now. And if they could somehow put up one like a little pick six, that would help out Josh so much. That's one less thing he has to do. Because that man's shoulders has to be hurting. He has been carrying this team ever since he's been here. He had a little help with Diggs. He's got a little help now with Cook. But his coaches want him to do everything. There better be a clean-looking play calling by Joe Brady this weekend. Or again, please go to Penn State already. Just leave. Just like Lane Kiffin. Just leave Ole Miss hanging when you're about to go to a national championship game and go down to LSU. Be like Brian Kelly, put on that fake accent. And just go fit right in. Get out of here, Joe. Man, we could have had Ben Johnson. Imagine Josh Allen and Ben Johnson. Would have been electric. All right, I got to stop thinking about the 2026 offseason. We still have games to play. We still have games. We have the Steelers. And the Steelers, they're kind of a mismatch. They'll try to run it some games. They'll lean. They're a lean heavy on my tight ends kind of offense. If Rodgers is in, he loves his tight ends. DK's been pretty sporadic. He'll have a few big games, and then he'll kind of have 2-3 catches for 30 yards. He hasn't been quite the threat that George Pickens has been. Hindsight, I wonder if they wish they would have just kept Pickens and didn't grab Metcalf. But the Steelers, they, like I said, they kind of try to do a little bit of everything. Their defense always plays tough, so I don't expect a whole lot of points here this weekend. Just because that team, I don't know, every time I've ever watched the Steelers, very rarely do they look like they're absolute abysmal team. Very rarely do they look like that. They'll just have games where they lose by a touchdown, maybe 10, but they were in it the whole game. And that's why Mike Tomlin never gets fired. They're always in every game for the most part. Very rarely are they getting blown out. That's why this isn't going to be any cupcake game for the Bills. They're going to need to come out with some sort of good offensive game plan because Tomlin's defense always plays tough. Always plays tough. And whether or not the Steelers start Rodgers or Rudolph, if they start Rudolph, he tends to throw it more to Metcalf than Rodgers does. Rodgers is kind of whoever's open, I'm going to get you the ball. He's kind of more comfortable throwing it everywhere, where it seems like Rudolph, he leans more on that wide receiver one. And if that's the case, Metcalf could have a big game because he's great when they throw him the ball. They just really don't throw him the ball that often. He had very rarely this year, I believe he's had like 10 targets. I don't even know if he has. And if he has, it's been a game, maybe 2. Because again, Rodgers, especially down on the end zone, he loves his tight ends. So expect the ball kind of be everywhere when the Steelers have it. They're going to try to run the ball too because they know that the Bills' run defense is not good. But the Steelers' running backs are not good. So we'll see if we can stop that. But man, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Vegas has this game right now at Bills -3.5 and the over-under at 45.5. So again, I think it will be a low-scoring game. It's at 425 in Pitt. Could be snow, not real sure, not positive, but expect it to be cold. So that's why we gotta run the ball. To win this game, we have to run the football. And we have to turn over Rudolph or Rodgers, whoever is the QB that day. Because if this defense can get those turnovers, that'll help boost and give momentum to that offense that the Bills so desperately need. But let's see. Final pick. Gosh. I'm gonna go Bills in a close one. I'm gonna say the Bills cover the spread, but I'm gonna say it hits the under. I'll go Bills cover, but it stays under. Bills cover, stays under. Well, that's been Bill's Latest. I was your host, Michael Korn. We were brought to you by FanArc. We hope you guys hit that like and subscribe button down below, and we hope you guys have a great Sunday watching football. Thank you so much.